So we've got a bit of a nerdy one for you today. We are looking at technical fabrics in tailoring. So we're here today in Richard Gelding in Mayfair, and I'm with the proprietor Mike, who's going to help us look at the world of technical fabrics, how we could wear them, what we should be aware of. So Mike, what do we mean by technical fabric?
I think about technical fabrics as the high-tech cousins of your traditional cottons, wools, linens, etc. So these are fabrics that have been engineered with a purpose in mind. So that's to keep you dry, keep you cool, keep you warm, or just to keep you protected. So because we're talking about technical fabrics in tailoring, we're not talking about your Lululemon leggings that you wear at the weekend, Chris. We're talking about pieces such as this. This is from Richard Gelding, obviously, plug. This is a cashmere gilet that has got a membrane within it, and it's not there to keep you dry, it's there to keep you warm. This is a thermal membrane, because it's quite a fine piece, but the membrane within it helps to keep your own body heat bounce back at you. So that is a technical fabric. Okay,
so it's adding warmth to cashmere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, cashmere, already a warm fabric for sure, but it's helping you retain that heat.
And when we talk about membrane, is this something which is attached to the finished cloth?
It is, yeah. So the cloth's been woven, it's been finished, it then gets, glued to it, and you've got membranes that could do anything.
When you say glued, do you mean sort of fused technically?
I would say fused, yes. Sorry to the tailoring nerds.
If you say the word glue, people just go that. So the reason I picked up on glued is that back in the day, manufacturing used a lot of glued interfacings that would bubble, or what would he say in the trade, delaminate.
Yes.
Of course, this has been designed in such a way where even in heat and in moisture, it will still keep its integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what we mean by technical fabrics.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It's been, so it's adding, cashmere is a lovely material anyway, and it has, like you say, I think what we're going to learn today is a lot of the best technical fabrics work with natural fibres, not against them.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's more about complementing the natural abilities of the fabric to then give you even better protection.
Because I think in less scrupulous retailers, you'll see man-made fibres sold as, it's technical.
Exactly.
Why haven't you used wool? Why haven't you used
True. Well, I mean, wool's the original technical fibre.
Wool is technical. Wool has a lot. Wool has a lot of the great properties. Yeah. It's heat regulating, it's antibacterial.
Exactly.
So yeah, wool has a lot of those problems. So something like this piece here, which is cashmere, which is wool, with the membrane, and I imagine it's still breathable?
It is, yeah. That's it. It's completely breathable. It's not like you're wearing a polyester shell when you're just sweating within there. It's a breathable membrane.
Well, that's interesting, because I think at this stage, in my mind, there are three main categories of technical cloth.
Yes.
And this would be one of the original versions, which is an additional layer.
Yeah.
Which I think if you go back to the 19th century and the original Macintosh raincoat, that was about bonding rubber to probably worsteds.
Yes.
To create something which was waterproof. The trouble with that, or the disadvantage of that style, it was waterproof, it kept water out, is that it didn't breathe. So I remember a lot of these sort of heavier rubber raincoats would be waterproof, but you'd end up perspiring and kind of misses the point of keeping the moisture out.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, we'll get on to antibacterial coatings as well on the fabrics.
Well, that's the other point, is that I think, so you've got membranes where you have two fabrics attached to each other. You have coatings where you have the fabric and then you have, often the piece goods are treated to give them a particular feature. Sometimes the garment can be treated, less so effectively. And I guess the third type would be when you actually weave something integral, which is technical.
Yeah.
So I think those are the three main types of technical fabrics.
I think I've got a sneaky bonus fourth one as well, which is how the garment is made can make that final level of difference to the product.
That's really true, because I remember when I was a menswear buyer, and you'd be given these new technical cloths every season.
Yes.
And that's amazing, but how are we going to make it?
Yeah, it's completely waterproof. Except when you put thousands of needle holes in it, it's going to let all that water in.
So again, it's about having, you have to have the manufacturing is key to it. and just buying a water-resistant cloth, unless it's created properly and finished properly, is not going to have a problem. So yeah, I guess manufacturing has to be complementary to all three methods. So the practical advantage of having this membrane on the cashmere means it gives you warmth, it doesn't get overheating, but more importantly, it's not too bulky or too heavy. So this is a great garment you could wear in the early days of autumn, when you just want an extra layer, going through to sort of spring when things are a bit chilly, where you want an extra layer, movement, comfort and elegance, because it's still very smart. I don't feel the technical side of this garment has sort of anyway detracted from the style. So here we have a classic raincoat.
Yeah.
Is there more to it than meets the eye?
Yeah, yes, thankfully there is, for the purposes of the video. So we were talking about bonding, we were talking about construction, we were talking about fabric treatment. This guy's got the lot. This is a wool raincoat.
Pure wool?
It's 100% wool.
Nice.
But it's been bonded, well, it's Loro Piana wool that has had their storm system treatment. So this is good for rain protection and wind protection. And yeah, I mean, it's a lovely wool coat, but it has these technical feelings to it. So it's not like, you know, your old-fashioned pack-a-mac where it's just a sweaty polyester shell. It's a technical garment.
I think
that still looks very elegant.
It has an elegance to it, of course.
Yeah.
It's in the cut and design as well from the manufacturer, and the trim details. Well, no, there's a lot of lovely stuff about it. But the fact this is pure wool, this is a worsted wool,
Yeah.
and it's not what we feel as woolly.
No.
I think people think of wool as being more, because what I'm wearing with a heavy naps and textures, but this is waterproof or water resistant.
This is waterproof, so because it's also had the seams taped in there, so when they made the garment, they take all those raw edges and they apply a tape. They melt the tape on, sealing every seam, so then you have a fully waterproof garment. That's the difference between water resistant and waterproofing.
Of course.
One of them just completely stops it, one of them will eventually permeate.
That's one of the issues you get, of course, is that you'll get these wonderful fabrics, which have got these wonderful details, and then it's down to the manufacturer to create it in such a way where it complements it rather than fights against it, and not taping seams. I mean, on certain garments, if it's just a shower-proof, lightweight summer throw-on little jacket, you know, taping the seams might be, it might be overdoing it. But on a raincoat, you want tape seams.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's nice to see these in pure wools.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the membrane does most of the heavy lifting with this. You know, wool is naturally water resistant, but the membrane just really stops it. Like we were saying, wool is the original technical fibre, the OG.
Okay. And again, this is, I think Storm Systems is probably the market leader, certainly luxury technical wear.
Yeah.
This is still breathable. You're not going to get that overheating sort of anorak, pack-a-mac kind of feeling.
Exactly.
Which we'll remember from our childhoods. So Mike, this is a great looking garment, but I have noticed this, is it suede on the undercolour? Would that be a bit detrimental to a water resistant coat?
Yeah, I'm glad you've mentioned that. It is actually Alcantara instead, which is an artificial suede that was designed around like the high-end Italian car industry. And the beauty of that is that you get the look of suede, but with, you know, it's waterproof. You don't have to worry about it.
It's also, of someone who's been in menswear far too long, when you do suede, is a lovely trim detail, but it's an absolute pain when it comes to dry cleaning.
Exactly, yeah.
So here's a question then. So these garments can be dry cleaned numerous times, they don't lose any of their properties?
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, because it is bonded to the fabric, it doesn't go away. You get some water repellent coatings where if you dry clean them too much, they do get washed away. But it's intrinsic to the garment.
So here we have another piece. Okay, so this was the epitome of smart casual, sort of smart casual. It's a top coat. What do we call this?
Yeah, I would call it. I'd maybe call it a car coat in the fact that it's a little bit shorter. You know, this is the sort of style that is getting more and more popular for us these days. It's very wearable. It, like you said, smart casual. You can wear this over a blazer, or you can just wear it over knitwear, like this guy here.
You can fit it over a blazer or a suit? I guess unstructured.
Yeah, exactly. There's no shoulder pads in here.
No, but I'm saying the suit over it. If it was a very heavy structured suit, it probably wouldn't work over it. But over an unstructured, like the suit you're wearing, you probably wear it over. Okay.
Exactly.
I would see this more as a, like you said, a car coat, something you wear over chunky knitwear. You can still put a tie with it on the shirt. But yeah, I'm saying my customers in particular, when they ask for me to sort of help them choose a coat, this is really what they're thinking of, rather than say a classic Chesterfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then technical.
Why is it here?
Why is it here?
Why is it between us? So this is a wool and silk fabric that is bonded again with Loro Piana storm system.
Storm system.
So you've got wind and rain protection. Again, this hasn't had any tape seams to it, so this guy's only really good for a quick shower. Darting from your car coat into the restaurant or the bar. If it's raining, it's not such a big deal.
Okay, and I think that's important. It doesn't sound like it's traditional car coats, and I find this is a bit of a problem. As you're buying a wool coat or a raincoat, you have to make that decision.
Yeah.
Do I want something that's going to keep me warm and look elegant, or am I going to wear my raincoat? Whereas often, certainly in the UK, when it's a bit chilly, invariably it's going to be a bit damp and raining as well. So having a light shower resistance on your wool coat is a good thing. And it doesn't really take away from the hand feel. No,
not at all. I mean, these days, modern technology on like plastics and such, you can't tell that there's even a membrane behind it. It doesn't feel stiff in any way. It doesn't feel rubbery behind it. It's a really elegant piece.
I think water-resistant coatings are great for travel garments like blazers or suits. We always talk about travel suits having to be crease-resistant, holding a shape. Breathable, so they're good in different conditions, but actually water resistance is so useful. Of course, if you get caught in a light shower, the fact you don't get soaking wet is a good thing wherever you are, but also if you happen to spill something on yourself, it's less of a calamity. If you've got,
it's not going to ruin your travel.
It's not going to ruin your travel. So often when I used to wear my travel suit and you spill something on a plane because of turbulence and it beads off, you really do notice it.
Yeah.
So I think water resistance, and it doesn't take away from the cloth at all. Even on sort of milled cloths, it just adds a nice feature. So something to look out for when you're buying travel garments is water resistance.
Another great coating for travel suiting would be an antibacterial coating. So you're going somewhere, you're going to a sweaty climate. You don't want the suit to get all smelly. It's going to stay fresh, that sort of thing.
It kills bacteria.
Exactly. Our travel blazer here from Canali has both of those coatings to it. So it's water resistant and it's anti-bac. So it's crease resistant. It's a
box ticker.
It's a box ticker. Yeah, it makes for a great travel blazer.
When I was commissioning cloths, we would often do the antibacterial, and I think it used to be silver. I don't know if it's still silver these days, but it was actually coated in silver.
Like a spray paint.
Like a spray paint, like graffiti, yeah. So anti-bac.
No, it's an invisible coating. You can't see it. It's being applied whilst the cloth is being finished.
Exactly. Yeah, all these finishes at the level we're talking about don't take away from the drape at all. If anything, I find they sometimes actually help the resilience of the fabric and give a bit more body.
So this piece is an example of technical fabrics used in a real quite luxury sense. This is 100% cashmere,
nice,
where the material has had a water repellent treatment to it. So this is a surface level treatment to the fabric, which it keeps it looking better for longer. If you're buying a really nice cashmere coat, you go out in the rain, you don't want to ruin it.
No.
So this just keeps
it protects it.
Exactly.
It protects it rather than takes anything away from it.
Exactly. It's protecting you, it's protecting the coat.
Okay.
As well. So this doesn't have any bonding, like we spoke about, it doesn't have any taped seams. This is purely a surface level treatment.
So this isn't a coat to wear in the rain?
No.
It's a coat to wear for a cooler day, but if it happened to be drizzling, you're covered.
Exactly. It never rains in London, but if it were to, you'd be okay.
Fine. Now the question you always ask about these coatings is how they come out after dry cleaning. Does dry cleaning take them away? They wash out.
If you do get this dry cleaned, a bunch of times, it will wash that coating off. As I said, it's a surface.
But it doesn't go one go. It would, from my experience of these coatings, and I'm sure this is a top end version. It doesn't just go on the first dry clean.
No, it's going to take a series of cleaning.
And even after 6 or 7, it will still have some water resistant property to it. It just won't be as good as when it was new. So I find personally, on a good garment, it prevents the number of dry cleaning you need because it does protect the garment from surface dirt. They usually last the lifetime of the garment. By the time the coating's gone, the coat's kind of past its best.
Exactly.
Or it becomes a different type of coat.
Yes, that's right.
The big takeaway for me here and for you, I guess, is when you're choosing outerwear, we no longer have to choose between sort of technical sportswear and anoraks and precious, beautiful cashmere overcoat. So there's a great world in between where you can still be elegant and comfortable and practical. So this is a sign, I think this is a good thing. So when you're in the market for an overcoat, don't be put off by anything technical. If you have any questions about technical fabrics, please put them in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.